Dear students, welcome you all for the 10th session of the second chapter of Financial Management 2, 6th semester Mangalore University. So in this session, we are going to discuss another illustration on computation of working capital. So my presentation will be one illustration, then we will work out one solution to the problem. So this is the problem. The pro forma cost sheet of a company shows the following particulars: elements of cost, amount per unit. So raw material 70, direct labor 30, overheads 50, and profit 50. So total selling price is 200 rupees. So they have clearly given three particular cost here: raw material, direct labor, and overhead. So selling price, the following particulars are available. Raw materials are in stock on an average of 12 months. The material is in progress, that is work in progress, for 1 month. Finished goods are in stock for 2 months. Then credit allowed by creditors is 2 months, that is creditors. Then credit allowed to customer, that is debtors, 2 months. Then lag in payment of wages, that is 1 month, so that is outstanding payment. Lag in payment of overheads, that is outstanding payment of overhead expense, 1 month. Then 1/4 of the output sold for cash. Then cash in hand is expected to be 30,000. So you are required to prepare a statement showing the working capital needed to finance the level of activity of 52,000 units of production. So looks to be very simple problem. Let's work out the problem. Before that, we can have a working note for calculation of work in progress. So let's do that. So calculation of work in progress. So production is in process for 1 month, so it has to be calculated on raw material, then direct wages and direct overheads. Let's check raw material. So raw material, so how much is the production units? Units of production is 52,000. Then into what is the price of raw material? It is 70. Then into 1 month, that is work in progress is for 1 month, so 1 into 12 into 100%. So into 100% of raw material should be taken. So what is the value? So it is 3,03,333. Then direct wages. So again wages, same calculation has to be done here. So the price of the wages is 30 into, so 1 month is the work in progress into, nothing is given, so 50% has to be taken as the wages price, wages for work in progress. So what is the value? So it is 65,000. Next is overheads. Again overheads has to be calculated on the same basis, that is 52,000 is the total units produced into what is the price of the overhead? It is 50 into 1 month is the work in progress into 50% is the total value should be taken. So what is the price? So it is 1,08,333. So total work in progress is 4,76,666. So this is the value of work in progress. Now let us calculate the working capital requirement in the next slide. So statement showing working capital requirement. So first one is current assets. So under current asset, first one is inventory, stock of inventory. Inventory. So under that, first one is raw material. So raw material, how to calculate raw material? 52,000 is the total units produced into what is the selling price or price of the raw material? It is 70 into what is the stock of raw material? It is 2 months. So per year it is 2 divided by 12. So how much is, what is the total? So 6,06,667. Then work in progress, we have already calculated work in progress. So what is the value? It's here 4,76,666. Next one is finished goods. So one thing you remember, finished goods is calculated on cost of goods sold. So how to calculate cost of goods sold? Very simple. You take the total selling price 200 minus profit 50. So 200 minus 50 is 150 is your cost of goods sold. Okay. So again take 52,000 as the unit, total units, into how much is the cost of goods sold? 150 into, how to calculate how much is the time taken to remain in stock is 2 months, 2 divided by 12. So we will get the total value, so that is 13 lakh. Okay, so that is over. You can calculate individually also, that is raw material, then wages, then overheads. You will get the same thing. Instead of that, we can directly calculate here because there is no variation in the percentage. The next two, debtors. So credit, given to debtors is how many months? So it is again 2 months. So here one thing you have to remember, go to the problem. So 1/4 of the output is sold for cash. That means everything is not for sold in credit. So only 3/4 is sold for credit. So on only credit sales, there is credit period is given. So credit period is 2 months. So credit sales is 3 divided by 4. So cost of goods sold, we know how much is the cost of goods sold. So that is 150 rupees. So again 52,000 into cost of goods sold is 150 into only 3/4 is credit sales. Then in this, what is the credit period out per year? It is 2 months. So total is 9,75,000. So total is 9,75,000. So now see whether there is any other asset. This, we have finished all these things. Then yes, there is a cash. Cash in hand is how much? So cash in hand, it is 30,000. So I think that's all from current assets. So total current assets. So 33,88,330 is the total current assets. So we have found out current assets. Now let's go to current liability. So first current liability is creditors. So creditors, how to calculate creditors? So that is credit period allowed by the suppliers. So 52,000 into how much is the raw material price? So creditors allow credit period on raw material because they supply raw material. So it is 70 into, so credit period allowed is again 2 months out of 12 months. So we'll get the total. So that is 6,66,667. The next one, there are lag-in periods. So lag-in payment of wages is a liability. So how to calculate? Take the total units, 52,000 into wages is 70 rupees into what is the lag-in period? 1 divided by 12. So that is 1 month. So we'll get the total, that is 1,30,000. Let's go to the third one, that is lag-in payment of overheads. So how to calculate lag-in payment of overheads? That is 52,000 is the total number of units into what is the price of login overhead, that is 50 into what is the lag period, that is 1 month, 1 divided by 12. So we'll get the total value 2,16,666. So is there any other asset? Any other current liability? No current liability. So now we can easily find out the working capital requirement. Let's total this, total current liability. So total current liability is 9,53,333. Therefore working capital requirement is current assets minus current liability, that is 33,88,330 minus 9,53,333. So that is 24,35,000. So therefore working capital requirement is 24,35,000 for the organization. So that's all from this video. So thank you for watching this video.